Well, we are waiting for a judge's ruling on whether former President Trump violated the court's gag order in his New York criminal trial, and if he did, what the punishment could be. Legal experts are calling out Judge Merchan, saying Donald Trump should be allowed to speak about those who publicly criticize him. He's got to be able to defend himself, they say. Well, he says it, too. The Daily Caller put it this way: judge imposing double standard by gagging Trump, but giving Michael Cohen free rein. Attorney Leo Turrell on this program.
This is an attempt to harm President Trump's election chances in November 2024. Nothing more, nothing less. And I'll tell you right now, it doesn't make a difference if this gag order is unconstitutional. It doesn't make a difference if Michael Cohen can basically say whatever he wants. The goal is to hurt Trump's chances to win this election. It's not going to work. The public realizes this, but that's the whole goal of this proceeding.
And now let's go to Jonathan Turley, law professor at George Washington University, constitutional law attorney, and Fox News contributor. Look, Leo Turrell and I were reacting in real time yesterday, and today, of course, we know is a day off in the court. It's Wednesday. What goes through your mind as you say, well, what's going to happen with the gag order?
He's going to find him in violation of the gag order. And the Trump team isn't really contesting that much about the statements that the president made. They're contesting the order itself. The problem is the scope of the order, and I agree with that. You can have a gag order that limits what you can say about aspects of the trial, but to have it extend to someone like Michael Cohen is just facially ridiculous. I mean, the thing is, you've got Cohen going on the air every night, not just opposing the president in this trial, but opposing him in the campaign. According to this order, even after he testifies, the president cannot respond to him. So all these networks constantly have him on, and somehow he's in this bubble. He cannot be addressed by the candidate for the presidency. That's the type of thing where I'm critical of this judge, the failure to recognize the inequity in that arrangement.
Maybe he recognizes it. I mean, that's kind of you to say that he doesn't, but maybe he knows exactly what he's doing. What would you tell Donald Trump to do in this point, just real quickly?
I think that Donald Trump has got to comply with the gag orders. Other people that are criticizing Michael Cohen, this is a very weak case. They're trying to get him to trip a wire. Don't give them what they want. This case is based on no good law, in my view, and you should let it collapse on its own weight.
I wrote that down, based on no good law. All right, Jonathan Turley always has just the word to put. Right there in quotes. Tomorrow, the U.S. Supreme Court, Jonathan, is going to take a look at oral arguments over former president's immunity and his claims of immunity in a federal election interference case. The ruling could have far-reaching implications for the former president and future commander-in-chief. Let's watch.
I think this is the most significant moment for all of the Trump trials. There's a really significant argument, I think, supporting the idea that a president should be immune, because it's a very slippery slope when you start to look at all of the decisions that a president has to make and whether an opposing party can then come into office and start to second guess and criminalize these decisions, including military decisions and operations and things of that sort.
What could the U.S. Supreme Court do on this?
I think it's doubtful that the court is going to go that far, certainly in terms of some of the arguments of absolute immunity. But they may be as disturbed by the sweeping character of the lower court decision as they are with the sweeping arguments of immunity. This is an incrementalist court, and I think they're going to recognize that a president does need some protection. But keep in mind, if this court comes up with a more nuanced approach, it would still likely have to send this back. If it does that, it throws a real wrench into the works for Special Counsel Jack Smith. It would seem almost impossible at that point for him to have a trial before the election. And if Trump is reelected, Jack Smith may never see a jury in either of these cases.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. Yeah, you're just going to get so close. I mean, really and truly, we're getting there already that as we inch our way through the end of the primary season. Always great to have you in focus, and good to see you, too. Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you, Harris.